Welcome to episode 15 of Discover Ocala, presented by Showcase Properties of Central Florida. I'm Valerie Dailey, joined by Samantha Dailey, and we will be your hosts for this podcast. In episode 15, we visit with Ashley Wheeler-Gerds with the Community Foundation of Marion County to discuss Give for Marion. Hi, Ashley and Samantha. Thank you for joining us today on our podcast to talk about Give for Marion. Tell us how it got started and what the scope of the project is, Give for Marion.
So this is actually our 5th year of Give for Marion. It was started back during COVID when the world shut down. Nonprofits, their in-person events got shut down, and they really depended upon those dollars of those in-person events. And so online donations really became so important. And with Give for Marion, that really helps with online donations and gives them that platform.
Are there other organizations like Give for Marion in the state of Florida, or how did that come about? Who came up with that idea to start it here in Marion County?
So the Community Foundation worked with local other nonprofit leaders to realize that there was a need, and it was something that our president and executive director, Lauren Diorio, really thought about, and it came to life very quickly. And we actually partner with a platform called GiveGab, now owned by Bonterra, and they actually do giving day platforms across the United States. And this is something a few of our other fellow community foundations were already doing. So there's the Amazing Give up in Alachua County, and they do a giving day down in Sarasota, and it's been around a little bit longer than we have. So we actually had some platforms to be able to follow, and we've continued to evolve from there.
And it's grown quite a bit since the COVID days, right? Our community that we live in is very generous.
Very generous.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that.
So this past year, we grew 93% from the year before. So we were able to achieve $1.4 million with a little over 5,800 unique donors giving to the platform in the 33 hours. Year one, it was put together so quickly, but they still were able to achieve over $300,000 in donations. And the first 2 years, it was only 24 hours. When I decided to come on board with the Community Foundation, I felt it was really important for us to kind of have some additional time. It was our 3rd year, and the way the time frames worked out, it was best to do 33 hours.
33. Okay. I brought Samantha in today because she has participated with a couple of organizations and Give for Marion. Samantha, tell us a little bit about what that process looks like. What organizations have you worked with, and how successful was it?
My first experience with Give for Marion was with Junior League of Ocala, and really we just fundraised kind of within our organization through members with peer-to-peer, and I was invited to go to the final hours event that was at the Marion Theater.
Our celebration party.
Yes, and that was my first. I really didn't know what it was until I got there, and I was like, wow, everybody from the community is here, and I saw how much money was raised, and then I kind of got inspired, and I wanted to be more involved. So the following year, I was able to go to some of the classes that are presented, and they teach you some of the strategies of how to raise money, whether it's peer-to-peer or kind of getting a game plan prior to the event and asking those donors to participate. And then last year, I'm involved in the Marion County 4-H Foundation, so I got them to participate as well. So I was doing double time with Junior League and Marion County 4-H. But that's the really cool part, is that there's an organization that really connects with everyone in the community, whether they want to support youth development, or with Junior League, it's women's leadership. There are all kinds, equine therapy. I know there are some different organizations represented there too.
Yeah.
So she talked about classes and events. Tell us, how do you get started to support a nonprofit?
So it's really easy. So we have giftformarion.org is our platform. Our web address stays the same from year to year. So it's really helping the branding. And now that we're in year 5, it's really becoming Marion County's exclusive giving day, and everyone looks forward to it. And this year, we actually currently have 116 nonprofits registered to participate in Gift for Marion. Last year, we had 103 registered to participate. So we're shattering records this year and really helping a lot more nonprofits achieve their goals.
So what are the classes, and do you have a point person for each nonprofit? How's that work?
So one thing I really wanted to start when I came to the Community Foundation was classes. It's very easy for some of us who are a lot more tech savvy to navigate the platform. But there are some people who aren't so tech savvy. And when you have to learn a new software program, it's a little difficult sometimes. So we wanted to be able to teach classes not only to learn how to use the platform, but what are the best strategies. Teach the nonprofits how to fish, because they're the ones going out and doing the hard work. They're the ones raising the money. They're the ones talking about their mission and really helping educate our community on the resources that are out there and how they can not only donate to help those missions, but who they serve.
All the money comes into a local bank, so to speak, and then it gets distributed, or how does that work?
So there's actually 2 different ways. We work with the nonprofits. They enter their bank information, their 501c3 information. All of them go through what we call a Stripe process. So they all go through a system to be verified. This helps to make sure that all the nonprofits have their 501c3, they're current on everything, that there's nothing holding them back from soliciting for donation dollars. And then we work with them to put their own bank accounts in there. So anything that comes in directly flows into the bank account of the nonprofit. Any prize money or any additional donations that may flow through fund accounts with the foundation come through us, and we actually disperse that in October.
Samantha, what organizations are you going to help this year?
Again, with Junior League and the Marion County 4-H Foundation, we both registered to be participating this year. So each year I've learned a little bit more about the event and the different prizes that are available. And, there's different competitions that you can participate in. So each year we kind of get a little bit more involved, and we're able to raise a little bit more money for the different organizations. Last year in Junior League, at least we got one. The time runs out quick on those, but we got one, and it was the furthest away donation. And we had some members.
Do you remember where it was from?
It was somewhere in Australia.
It was Australia. Yep.
So we had some members that had some family in Australia, and so we got some donations from there, and we thought that was
I remember
cool.
There was a few that came in from Australia,
Yes.
and I actually had to put in the addresses and do a mileage check to see, because there was a few that were literally within, I think, almost like 50 to 100 miles of one
Yes.
another.
Yeah, we had 2 different ladies in the group who had family in Australia, so they both got donations from them. So we were trying to really win that one. Some of the others are the most number of donations within an hour. They have power hours and matching moments. So those are some different things that you can compete with, and Ashley can probably talk a little bit more about those.
So we have the matching moments, which opens to all the nonprofits, and we teach the nonprofits how important those are, because those are open to whether you're an extremely small nonprofit with a staff of 1, or if you're an extremely large nonprofit with a staff of 25 to 50. This helps them really create those matching moments. Somebody's donation from $100 can turn into $200, or even if it's a double match, like what we did with the Adam Hansen Fund last year, you could actually turn your $200 into $600. But it's a race, and I teach the nonprofits, if you're sitting at Starbucks and you're typing in your match, then it's going to be a little bit slower if you're not, sitting at home on your hardwired in Wi-Fi. So it's all about the rush and who can be the quickest. Our first match last year was Mr. Hansen's with Adam Hansen Better Communities Fund, and we did $15,000, and we averaged $1,000 a second.
Wow.
Being matched.
It's amazing.
So within 15 seconds, $15,000 was gone. That's how quick it went.
It was quick.
That is amazing. And the fact that it's Marion County
Yes.
giving back to Marion County, I think that's very, very special that we have people in this community that support so many different nonprofits. Talk a little bit about how small a donation can be, and then maybe what was your largest donation?
So smallest donation minimum is $10. Why that's so important is there's a lot of people that have been affected by these missions. Somebody could have been homeless, somebody could be a domestic violence survivor, and this was so important to them and where they are today. And maybe all they have is $10, but that $10 donation to help support that mission is so important to them. So a lot of $10 donations add up to larger pots of money, and this is the one time the nonprofits can really go out and collect those smaller donations. It's not very likely to be sitting across the table meeting with the donor and them only give you $10. So this is that time of year to be able to collect those. Our largest donation, I want to say, was $25,000. I would have to go look, but I want to say that was one of our largest ones that was made.
Very nice. And how do the nonprofits learn about this? Because you said last year 103, now you've got 116.
Mm-hmm.
How?
And we're still growing.
Okay.
I'm hoping
okay.
for 120.
Okay,
So we still
okay.
have 2 weeks for sign up. And we still have a few out there that are waiting to get with us. So they learn through the Nonprofit Business Council. We put out a lot of communications, and we specifically target new nonprofits and then our existing nonprofits to get them signed up.
For Showcase, we did a small
Power Hour.
A power hour, one for a small business or a small nonprofit, and then a large nonprofit. And then we had the winners come in and talk to our group because they didn't know about the nonprofit really that won those.
Yeah.
And it was eye-opening, and we actually had a couple of agents start to volunteer at the organizations that won the Power Hour.
Nice.
So
it's so heartwarming to be able to hear about everyone's missions. And even I, being in the nonprofit world every day, I'm learning more and more of the resources we have in Marion County. And it's great for us to help connect donors' passions and connect them to those nonprofits.
Well, it's going to be probably very important for the arts community this year as well.
Very important.
Correct? Because some of their funding did not come about.
Yeah, unfortunately, they had a lot of funding cut due to budget cuts, and some of them had been getting that money for over 15 years. So when you're doing your budget as a nonprofit, you're really depending upon that money. And when that doesn't come through for you in such a large amount, we're really going to have to make up some groundwork to really help support our arts community.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to get the word out for you.
Yes.
And is there anything you need from the community to help you?
We have over 400,000 residents here in Marion County, and right now we only have 5,800 giving. So I would really like to help get that message out there and reach more donors and continue to grow the event. And one important thing is we as the Community Foundation, yes, we host this event, but the nonprofits are the ones out working with the donors. They're the ones doing the legwork and the hard work, and we take 0%. So through this giving day, every dollar that is raised through the platform, 100% of that donation goes directly to that nonprofit's mission.
So Samantha, with your group, how are you letting people know about Give for Marion Day?
A lot of it is through social media. That's kind of our two big pushes. Both organizations I'm with are volunteer organizations. So we're strictly volunteer. We have no staff, but those who are willing to help, we have our Marion County 4-H agents that kind of help and get the word out to all of our clubs. So then hopefully those club leaders and club members will start asking for those donations on the giving day. And then for Junior League, since we've done it for a couple of years now, we've kind of built a database of those who we've been able to reach from previous years, and we can reach out to them again in the new year. But it's all fun and games, and it's all a race for sure. The more people, we talk and introduced to it, the more the other organizations, gain and benefit from it as well. And those small donations, they do add up. And I can tell you from my standpoint, from those two organizations, they're very much appreciated.
Great. And there's breakfasts and lunches and
yes,
it's a whole process.
It is 33 hours of no sleep and craziness. And so we kick off with a luncheon. And this year we actually have a new partner, and we're working with OBS and Ocala Vets. And we're actually going to be kicking off with a luncheon looking over the racetrack.
Awesome.
So what better way in horse country but to look over the beautiful racetrack at OBS. And we're so thankful to Ocala Vets for hosting that luncheon for us. And then we actually also do our celebration party. Our first year, we decided to do it kind of last minute, but as I started gearing up for Gift for Marion, and it was my first year, I was like, you know what? This is so important to our community, and I am so excited for our nonprofits. We need to be there to celebrate together when that last minute hits. So we started at Marion Theater, and we filled the theater, and it was so successful. We moved it to the Riley, and we'll continue that tradition this year.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything that you want to say to our group here that listen to the podcast?
Thank you to all of our business partners. It takes a lot of us to make, this possible. And especially with Showcase Properties, you guys really understand the method to Gift for Marion and how it supports our nonprofits. So we hope other businesses are encouraged to get involved in some way and be active in our nonprofit community, because we have to be able to serve everyone within the community. And Gift for Marion, it is giving where you live. But the great thing about this platform is social media, and we have donations that come in from all over the world to be able to help our hometown.
Well, and that's why we love where we live.
Yes.
So thank you so much
Thank you
for being
so
a part
much.
of it and for sharing the information with us. Thank you.
Thanks to Ashley Gerds for joining us today, and we look forward to being with you once again next month right here on Discover Ocala, presented by Showcase Properties of Central Florida.
Discover Ocala is presented by Showcase Properties of Central Florida. As an independent brokerage firm for over 2 decades, Showcase Properties has helped customers throughout Central Florida achieve their real estate goals. Showcase Realtors offer expertise in a variety of property types and price points, and their services go beyond just buying and selling. Visit showcaseocala.com to connect with a dedicated local realtor and start your unique real estate journey today. We also want to thank you, the listener, for taking time to discover Ocala with us. We hope you enjoyed this month's episode, and if you did, please consider leaving us a review or rating wherever you're listening, or even telling a friend about us. If you have any questions on other organizations, individuals, or events you'd like to see covered in future episodes, you can get in touch with us directly at discoverocala@showcaseocala.com. See you next month.